Hi guys. So, I thought I should talk about some of the stuff that I've seen here recently on the internet and the fear that it's actually generating. This is Tom from the Hundredth Monkey, by the way. So, I just got done watching this. I watched a couple videos here recently. One, this guy was talking about the end of the world on September 26th and how Elenin is actually coming in to be the great destroyer, the blue and red Kachinas. And then I watched The Quickening, which if anybody hasn't seen that, I definitely suggest you watch that. We've got it on the website in the video links page. It's definitely something that's worth watching. So, I don't know how to put this lightly, so I'll just spit it out. Bullshit. The end of the world, September 25th, I don't feel it. I just do not feel it. First thing I got while watching that was fear sells, fear sells, fear sells. Now, realizing that this is all a double-edged sword, all of this stuff has a double-edged sword. There is one aspect of all this fear that's out there that's actually being beneficial. It is creating an atmosphere that makes people go ask those real questions, go inside themselves. Ask the questions of their higher self, their God, their guides, whatever you want to call it. But it creates a situation where they truly ask from their heart. And when that happens, when somebody truly asks from their heart, they are activating the magic in this world. The synchronicities start happening. The answers start coming. The awareness begins. The understanding of the unity of mankind, the unity of all life begins. So that's the good edge of that double-edged sword. Now, the negative edge of that double-edged sword, it creates fear. And those who don't take this fear and look inside for those questions, they take the fear and just run with it. They're the ones that are going to be creating situations within their own lives that are going to continue to escalate. The problems that they personally have will continue to escalate, get worse. They will continue to have obstacles thrown in their path until that question gets asked, until they get to a point where they don't understand why me. They have to ask from inside. Now I understand there's a group of people out there, and and I agree with them quite a bit on one hand, that all the fear and all the tragedy and all the disasters and all the natural disasters and all that stuff, it doesn't have to happen to wake people up. On one hand, I say yes, that's true. If we had built a society, and if we had built a scenario here for the education of this consciousness, the awareness on this planet that supported that. But our situation here, that is not our situation. We are in a situation where all this information about who and what we truly are has been suppressed, has been kept from the masses. And within that type of scenario, it's going to require something that is very drastic, something tumultuous, something that will stir the emotions within the person, within each and every soul, and create a situation where they're going to need to go inside. They're going to ask those questions of God, ask those questions of their higher selves, ask those questions: why are we here? What's really going on? Why me? I don't know what to do. Help. Those are the questions, and those ones that when they come from the heart, when they come from your total being, trying to understand what's really going on. Why is all this happening? When that question is asked, that is when you turn onto the right path. That is when you start going forward with your conscious awareness. When you start understanding that you are part of a unity, part of a one, part of all of life. We are so connected. We are so intertwined. Our lives, our consciousness, our whole beings, our bodies, our entire essence is all unified with everything that we are, everything that is. So, getting that knowing, that's our goal. We want that knowing. When that knowing becomes deep-seated in our hearts, when our hearts and minds, when that knowing is there, that's when that's the dawn of that new day. That's when things change. As anybody who knows me knows that I really, really, truly, with all my heart and being, I know that the 100th monkey effect, or the critical mass effect, is a real phenomenon. And I know that we will reach a critical mass here with our consciousness. And the key element for all of us to know will be that unity, will be that interconnectedness between all of us. It will be the understanding that what I do to my neighbor, I do also to myself. This has been taught and preached throughout our different doctrines and dogmas throughout all history. The unity of mankind. Getting that into the third dimensional materialistic mindset is the challenge of our time, of our age, and what it's taking to get that into this mindset, because this existence just will not bear the lack of that knowledge, the lack of that knowing. Getting that into our consciousness is going to take trauma in the society, in the scenario that we have set up for ourselves. I do not see any of the great traumatic or dramatic, cataclysmic, ELE type events. I don't see that extinction level event. I see things looking like it's going to be. I think the appearance of that is presenting itself in a lot of different forms right now. all in attempt by the grand plan to incite within the masses that question, that inner question. And build the numbers towards that critical mass. When it becomes common knowledge. How does that wave of consciousness wash over the planet? What's that look like? I'm not exactly sure what that looks like yet. Will it be an instantaneous realization of all mankind? I don't know what that looks like. But I know there's something there. I really know there is something to that. So I am very optimistic about the future. I'm very optimistic about, especially the next couple of months is going to be amazing. I do see more of the drama or catastrophes being played out. I don't see major continents falling into the sea, or parts of continents falling into the sea, or any of that kind of thing. I don't see that. It's just not there. But I do think there's going to be some more trauma. I think there's going to be some more ugliness. Now, I don't know if it's all going to be shadow being thrown out there, illusion being thrown out there to try to incite that mindset, to try to create that element of fear that forces people to go inside and ask what's really going on. So I'm not sure exactly what that looks like. But I definitely don't see the horror that is being pursued or propagated, or whatever the right word is, promoted. That's it. There we go. I don't see the horror that is being promoted by some of these videos and some of these lectures and such that are out, creating fear in the masses. Now, these people that are doing this, they may be completely well-intentioned, and they think that they are actually doing a good thing for mankind, warning them of impending disasters. And I fully understand if I were in that situation and felt that I had information of an impending disaster or impending doom, I would do what I could to get the information out there. So, I understand completely. Now here I am on the opposite side of what they're doing there. And hopefully some people will be guided to this video to who have that sense and have that feeling that there is something that is a little off kilter with the material that's being pumped out there right now. And maybe some of this, what I'm saying, will make sense to them, and it'll resonate with them. So I'm on the other side of that, saying, guys, got to realize what's really going on here. This is a situation to create a mindset or a situation within people's lives to take them inside and start that process for that inner communication, that inner work, that inner connection to the greater being of us all. I think that's about all I really have to say this time. So remember, condemnation without investigation is the height of ignorance. And take a look around. I mean, take a honest look around with an objective look around, and balance things out. I mean, there's just too many things that don't add up with all this information that that should make somebody who really does their thorough investigation ask questions to the validity of some of these people's conclusions. So, anyways, love you guys, and Namaste.